Hi, this is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems, and I'm going to go over the dumbbell combination drill that I made for my article in Decline magazine. We're going to learn 5 exercises. I'm going to show you how they go together in a combination drill. So the 5 exercises are Romanian deadlift, the bent row, the reverse lunge, shoulder press, and then a burpee with a push-up. And so the first one is the Romanian deadlift, also known as a stiff-legged deadlift, just kind of depending upon what circles you run in. So I'm going to start out with a couple dumbbells here. Got a couple 20-pound dumbbells. Again, these combination drills, you're actually probably going to need to go lighter than you think that you need to. And so for the Romanian deadlift, I'm going to show you from the side because this is the important thing that we're working on. You want to have your shoulder blades pinch back. Start nice and strong, abs tight. Pretend you're going to get punched in the gut. That's how tight you want your abs. You're going to get nice and tall, abs tight, glutes tight. Start from a nice strong position. Now what we're going to do, the secret to this exercise here, is you want to slide your hips back behind your heels while keeping your back straight. And then squeeze your butt cheeks together and slide your hips back underneath your shoulders. So push your butt back behind your heels. Then slide your hips back underneath your shoulders. So pushing them back, keeping your weight back on your heels, and then squeeze the glutes. You want to squeeze and get tall. If you think about getting tall at the top, that'll keep you from leaning back into it. The most common mistake that I see people make with this is they try to get their shoulders up, and so they kind of lean back into it rather than concentrating on sliding the hips back underneath you. So this exercise is extremely important for you to learn as a mountain biker for a couple different reasons. The most important one is learning how to get those hips back behind the heels. Slide your hips back is so important for learning how to get down into that attack position on the bike, okay? So learn how to do that, and then learn how to use those hips to bring yourself back up and slide those hips back under you rather than leaning back. So like when you're trying to pull the front end of your bike up for, a bunny hop or something like that, you don't actually want to like lean back and pull with the arms. You actually want to throw the hips forward, and that's what creates the momentum, the energy to pick that front end of the bike up, and that'll keep you balanced. And so what you don't want to have happen on that, when you're trying to pull the front end up, is lean back into it, because that throws your weight backwards, and that throws your weight off, or your center of gravity off, and throws your balance off and makes it harder. So if you can learn how to concentrate on the hips, slide the hips back to get down into this position, and then throw the hips forward, when you're trying to come up, when you're trying to do a bunny hop or something like that. So that's why the RDL is such an important exercise. The Romanian deadlift is such an important exercise for you to learn as a mountain biker. Now, the next one is a bent row. And basically, what you're going to do is come down like you're doing a Romanian deadlift. You've got that back straight, your hips are back behind your heels. Now what you're going to do is pinch your shoulder blades together and drive your elbows back behind you to do the row. Shoulder blades pinched, drive the elbows back. Pinch the shoulder blades to initiate, and then drive the elbows back. So that's what we want the bent row to look like when you come up out of this. Slide those hips back underneath you, squeeze your glutes, get tall, make sure you're protecting that lower back. So that is your bent row. The next exercise is our reverse lunge. So again, I'll show you from the side here. For the reverse lunge, you take a step back, come down, light touch of the knee on the ground, and then push through the lead leg heel and squeeze your butt cheek and get tall. And we're going to alternate. So then you're going to step back with the other leg. Light touch, squeeze, get tall. Step back, light touch, squeeze, get tall. So that one's pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that you're keeping your weight back on your heel on the lead leg. When you come down, you don't want to let your knee push out over your toe and let your weight shift over your toe. If you do that, it means that you're not using your hips. And again, we really want to get those hips firing. This is a weak link for a lot of mountain bikers. Being able to use those hips is so important for, out of the saddle sprint efforts and stuff like that. And so like I said, it's usually a weak point with most mountain bikers. We're usually really dominant with these quads and really weak with these hips. And so we got to even that out. So the next exercise is a shoulder press. So for a shoulder press, you're going to bring it up. Now, I do my shoulder presses a little different. I don't start from here. I do one that's a little more like what you'd find in kettlebells. And so if you're familiar with kettlebells and how they perform overhead presses with kettlebells, then basically this is the same thing. So this position here in kettlebell lifting is known as the rack position. You've got your wrists over your elbows tucked into your ribs, and then what we're going to do is, as we press up, you're going to think about pinching your shoulder blades together, and then bring it back down to your rack. So push up, pinch your shoulder blades together, and then back down. Push up, pinch the shoulder blades together, and then back down. And make sure, if you're doing this right, and you're really pinching those shoulder blades together, then you'll end with these dumbbells straight overhead. And what will happen if you don't pinch those shoulder blades together, then you'll end up with something that looks like this, where you've got those, where you've got the dumbbells pushed out in front of you, and that's not what we want. So make sure when you're pressing up, you've got your abs tight. Again, pretend like you're gonna get punched in the gut. Get those tight, get your butt cheeks tight, so you're nice, good, strong platform. Press up, make sure you're pressing up over the head, and that's where that pinching the shoulder blades together comes in. So you wanna make sure with your shoulder presses, your overhead pressing, that you're engaging that upper back to help secure the movement. Again, with most mountain bikers, that upper back area is a weak point. We get really strong and tight with the chest and the shoulders, and this gets closed off, and we lose that ability to use that upper back to pull our shoulder blades back and to keep our back straight and our chest open. And again, you want to be able to do that in order to get in a good position on the bike and maintain good position on the bike. So, and then the last exercise is the burpee with a push-up. And so we're going to hold the dumbbells in our hands. For those of you that don't know a burpee, you come down, jump back. We're going to do a push-up, jump back up, stand up, squeeze your butt cheeks, get tall. Down, jump back, push up, jump up, squeeze, get tall. So that's the burpee with the push-up. Now, the main thing on the burpee you want to make sure you're doing is you're keeping those abs tight. So when you come down, you don't want to jump back. You either jump back like this and leave your butt up in the air, or the other thing I see people do is they jump back and their hips sag down. That's because they don't have the abs tight, ready to brace and control the movement. And so make sure you've got those abs tight when you jump back, so you end in a nice strong plank position. You can go right into your push-up and then jump back up. And make sure when you're coming up out of your burpee that you're pushing through the heels. You have to drive those heels into the ground and squeeze your glutes and get tall. And that's going to make sure that you don't use your lower back. It's so important that you don't use the lower back. One, you don't want to get hurt. And two, it's just bad movement. Your hips are way stronger than your lower back. And so if when you're doing these exercises, you're not concentrating on these coaching cues and you're just going through the motions, you're not going to get the transfer over to your bike that you're looking for. It's the movement patterns that we're practicing with these exercises that we really want to get ingrained, and that's what's going to transfer over to your bike, and you're really going to feel the results there. So again, a burpee is not just a burpee. There's definitely a right way and a wrong way to perform it, especially if you're looking to get some results from mountain bike. I mean, if you're just going to some, fat loss boot camp or something like that, and they're just trying to get you moving and burning calories, I still may have some issues with that, but what we're looking for is different than what just the general fitness population is looking for. So make sure that you're concentrating on these coaching cues, and that's what's going to really help you get that transfer. So now I'm going to show you how these are going to go together in the combination drill. So you're going to do 5 reps of each. You're just going to flow from one right into the next, and then that's one round. And so let me show you how that goes. So we're going to start. We're going to do a nice, good, strong lift to get up. So we're going to do 5 Romanian deadlifts. So push those hips back, squeeze the glutes, get tall. Push the hips back, squeeze, get tall. Push the hips back, squeeze, get tall. Keep that chest puffed out. Squeeze, get tall. Nice, last one. Squeeze, get tall. Bent row, come on down. Shoulder blades, drive the elbows back. Shoulder blades, drive the elbows back. Shoulder blades, drive. 2 more. 1 more. Nice, now we're going into our reverse lunges. Up, step back, squeeze, get tall. Step back, squeeze, get tall. We're doing 5 on each leg. That's 2. Drive that heel, squeeze, get tall. That's 3. Light touch of the knee. You don't want your knee just banging into the ground. Light touch. Light touch. Nice. Shoulder press. Bringing it up. We're going to come up, push up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Back down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Back down. Squeeze Squeeze the shoulder blades, back down. Nice. I can't remember if that's 4 or 5. One more for luck. There we go. Now into the burpee with a push-up. Down, push up, squeeze, get tall. Down, push up, squeeze, get tall. Down, push up, squeeze, get tall. 2 more. Down, push up, squeeze, get tall. Down, push up, squeeze, get tall. So that's 1 round there. In my article, I go over how many rounds you want to do, what kind of time frame you're looking at, what's going to let you know, when to move up the weight and stuff like that. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the current issue of Decline. It's going to let you know how the workout goes, but that's basically it. That's your combination drill for this one here. So RDL, your bent row, reverse lunge, shoulder press, and then burpee with a push-up. 5 reps of each one. And again, remember, you have to let the weakest link dictate the load. So it's pretty much going to be the shoulder press. So whatever you can do for the shoulder press is what you're going to do for the entire combination drill. So make sure that you can complete all these exercises with good form and good focus. Because again, execution and focus is way more important than weight. We're not weightlifters. We're not power lifters. Even though I want you to get strong, at a certain point, the weight is arbitrary. How you're creating the movement as an athlete is so much more important than how much weight you're moving. So just keep that in mind and give this a shot. Let me know what you think. You can visit my blog at bikejames.com for more dumbbell combination drills and ideas and stuff like that. So hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Like I said, I do a dumbbell combination drill of the month, so you guys can come over to bikejames.com, check out my old ones, keep an eye out for new ones, and keep an eye out for my next article in Decline magazine.